shoes pinch my feet, but the promise still fits as easy as ever. Chapters. She smiled like she understood. Fabric grows old, commitment doesn't wrinkle. Special occasion, because loving you never belonged to just one day. It became every day after the suit grew old, the vow stay on. Faded white. We said we'd leave by Labor Day and found another reason to stay. You worked mornings at the bake shop, I swept floors at the bowling lanes. Every evening made us the same. Salt on our skin, sand on our shoes. We chased girls down the shoreline, collected shells we never keep. The old pier grown beneath our feet, like it knew we couldn't last. The summer we stayed too long, long enough to call it home, long enough for strangers to start remembering our name. The calendar kept turning, we pretended not to see. Some seasons ask you to leave, the one begged us not to. September painted cooler skies, the Carnival packed up overnight. One by one the tourists left, leaving silence on the beach. Folded towels one last time, I counted tips into a jar. We promised we'd come back someday. Funny thing about someday, it keeps moving farther away. The summer we stayed too long still follows me every July. I can almost taste the lemonade, hear your flip-flops on the dock. Some folks remember years, I remember that one season that forgot how to end. Even now, I still pack too light for summer. sunshine stay. The kids grew tall, station wagon grew older. The campground owner stopped asking our name. We become part of the season itself. Keeps unpacking, he's unpacking. Thank you for the summer, even the rainy ones, because every season spent beside you became worth remembering. If I could live them all again, I'd pack the same old cooler and leave at sunrise. The calendar turned. Summer never really left. Woo! Backyard fence, hair tied up with the yellow rim. We traded comic books, baseballs, and lemonade stands long before we noticed we wanted anymore. The church social came that Friday. Band squeezed on to a tiny stage. I almost asked somebody else, was scared to ask the obvious. She caught my sleeve, grinned and said, "You're gonna stand there all night dancing with the girl next door." Felt as natural as breathing. No grand introduction, no first hello. Just two kids growing into something one thing. She laughed every time I missed a step. Never once rolled her eyes by the last slow song. The whole room disappeared. It was just her, the music, and one nervous heartbeat. Funny love wasn't waiting across the country. It had been living next door all along. Dancing with the girl next door turned into Sunday dinners, birthday candles from Porch evening. All began with one backyard fence. Best neighbor I ever had. The dashboard glowed a faded green. It leaned softly on my shoulder. Static came and went between. Stays from the next county over. And then announcers cleared his throat. They said, "Here's a brand new one." That first guitar rang through the speaker. You squeezed my hand without a word. By the second chorus, we were already singing along, making up half the lyrics later when we got them wrong. Well, the night, the radio I still reach over, expecting to find your hand. Some stations fade into static. Never did. Blue before daylight, hey, steel toe boots hit the concrete floor. 8 hours turned into 10. Then somebody asked for 12. I didn't mind the aching hands. I already knew what they were for. Every Friday I'd fold my paycheck, slide a little more aside. Kept your ring behind the glass, he'd wink inside. Oh, getting closer, son. Working again overtime for your ring. Trading sleep for someday. Every extra dial, every extra hour bought another promise I couldn't wait to keep. Love ain't measured by shining stone. It's measured by what you're willing to give up. Some nights I come home so tired, I fall asleep in my work clothes. But every dream ended the same. You're smiling with that little box in your hands. My back forgot those long shifts. My heart never did. Working overtime was the easiest hobby I ever did. 'Cause every blister, every sore muscle, every missed Saturday led me to the day you said yes. Best paycheck I ever spent. Best paycheck. The dishes were washed, the day's work done. Cricks tuned up beyond the fence line. You brought out the rocking chairs, I brought the sweet tea. That was all fun an evening ever needed. Cars rolled by every now and then, each one waving before disappearing down the hill. The porch light painted a warm little circle around our quiet world. Front porch after sunset, where the day finally slowed. No television, no hurry, just two people listening to the night. Funny how Silence isn't empty when it's shared. Front porch after sunset still feels like home to me. Every rocking chair carries a conversation. Every summer breeze knows our names. If peace has an address, it's somewhere on that porch. Stars came out. We never hurried inside. Some part of me still believes the next train might bring you home. Hope can be stubborn. Sometimes, oh, stubborn, then heartbreak. The train took you away, but never took the life we shared. Every station, every crossing, every lonely stretch of rail still reminds me some departures never truly arrive. Disappeared. The waiting didn't. Mr. Collins sharpened his razor before the first customer came. The strap pole spun outside, slow as an old country tune by 9 o'clock. He already knew half the town's business. And he trimmed my hair the day before graduation, the day before my wedding, the morning that he passed away. He never talked too much, but somehow he always knew enough. The barber knew everything without asking many questions. He listened between the words, between the signs, between the long quiet pauses. Some men cut hair, he mended hearts. He'd dust your shoulders, turn the chair around, hold up the little mirror, then he'd grin and ask, so how's life treating you? Like he genuinely wanted the answer. A good barber doesn't just remember your haircut. Remembers who you were the last time you sat down. The barber knew everything, even the things we never said aloud. The shop's another coffee place now, the stripe pole long gone. Still, every fresh haircut takes me back to Mr. Collins. Best advice I ever got. Didn't cost extra. Changing orders, the truck wouldn't start. Rain found every hole, yeah, my old work boots. I stopped by Wilson's drugstore just to clear my head. The bell above the door rang, and there you were, standing in line holding a paper sack. The smile that saved my life. Didn't know what it had done. No grand speech, no miracle, just one ordinary moment. You asked, a rough day. I shrugged, you laughed and handed me the last peppermint from your pocket. Some gifts cost almost nothing. People remember the biggest moments. Mine happened and hadn't happened. The smile that saved my life still catches me think of you and quietly pass it on. You never knew. I never forgot. Said it's only a photograph. Maybe. But they never wrote those lonely roads with me. Your picture on my dashboard that travels everywhere I go. Different truck, different road, same familiar smile. If memories ever need a home, might found one right above the steering wheel. The miles change, you never did. Same gravel crumbs beneath the tires. The waitress nods An empty chair can weigh more than solid oak. The empty seat beside me still belongs to you. I don't save it because I'm lonely. I save it out of respect for a lifetime shared across that table. I pay for 2 coffees. Never changed, just 2 orange lanes and weather fence posts. The old mailbox leaned the same way, like it was tired of standing straight. I turned the wheel without a plan, just letting memory fit the turns. There used to be a red barn there, now it's nothing. It's none but tall grass. Mr. Harper's orchard's gone, the water tower still stands. Funny what a town lets go and what it refuses to forget. One more ride down County Road, windows open, radio low. I ain't chasing yesterday, I'm just passing through. Hello, every band still knows my name, every mile still feels like home. One more ride down County Road before the daylight's gone. Beside the old creek bridge, skipped a stone on the way we did. It only bounced a couple times. Guess neither one of us is young. A freight train echoed in the hills, slow enough to count each car. You can't drive backward through a life, no matter how slow you go. Sometimes the road remembers what the heart let slip away. One more ride down County Road, no hurry left to beat the sun. The folks I knew are mostly gone, but their voices still ride along. If this old Chevy could talk, Lord, we'd be here all night long. So here's to one more ride down County Road. I tipped my hat to an empty field. It felt right somehow. Long before the year began, but it didn't matter how busy work got or how far the road carried me. Some promises deserve a reminder, others never need one. picture frame reminded me we fill this house well. That dress has changed. Love, here to stay. Is every life we build together. The porch swing, the hallway, the kitchen light left on. If somebody asked me where home is, I'd simply say wherever she smiled. The house grew quiet. Home never did. Breakfast alone. To disappear. The coffee grew cold. Memories didn't. The coffee grew cold. The memories didn't. Monday morning, memories never left town. Those burn straight into my heart.
Disappear. It changes rooms. One day, maybe I'll put them away. Today's not that day.
Stay. you like about your daddy's old farm truck. You laughed when I forgot your street. Oh yeah, that wrote it on my paper sleeve. Yeah, yeah. Funny how a smile can outlive. Yeah, yeah. The brightest side in town. Yeah, yeah. I still remember every detail. Half the town is gone. She smiled across the jukebox. That's a story people know. They ask me how we fell in love. I tell them soft and slow. No fireworks and no grand plans, no movie star romance. You're just one tired man, one glowing jukebox, and one unforgettable chance.
Some songs end with the last note. Ours started there.
Well, platform 3 smell like cold smoke, leather suitcase and cold steel rail. A party call the morning train. Well, pigeons put it overhead. You get smoothing out your glove. Though there wasn't a wrinkle left. We talked about ordinary things. The weather you're in Ohio. Whether I'd remember to feed your mother's cat. Neither one of us mentioned that this goodbye. Platform 3 sounded smaller than it felt. One little word couldn't carry everything we couldn't say. The whistle blew, the engine sighed, and half of my heart left with that train. Yeah, I stood there long after the caboose disappeared. A little girl tugged her father's hand, asking where the train had gone. He smiled and pointed west. I wished it were that simple. Funny thing about train stations, they always promise coming back. Goodbye, platform 3 still echoes every now and then. Whenever I hear distant tracks, I stop whatever I'm doing. Not because I expect your return, just because some habits never leave. The station's gone now. For platform 3, still lives in me. crooked picture frame reminded me we fill this house well. That dress has changed, love, and stain. Is every life we build together. The porch swing, the hallway, the kitchen light left on. If somebody asked me where home is, I'd simply say wherever she smiled. The house grew quiet. Home never did.